When you hire a company to provide home health care, you expect that the person they send will be thoroughly screened. After all, you're letting them into your house and you are trusting them to care for someone who is vulnerable. Tonight on Special Assignment, Kim Holland exposes a home health care nightmare that nearly ended in murder.
I couldn't even stand up. I had to learn to walk again.
How life has changed for Christine Edwards.
It's never going to be the same either.
The woman who should have cared for Edwards viciously attacked her, and police say could have easily killed her.
Being, her stature and everything like that, and this frail woman, it's a good possibility.
Last July around 11 p.m., Edwards tucked herself into bed.
I had taken my hearing aids out and I was laying down, and the dogs were barking. I told them to be quiet.
But there was trouble. A woman popped the lock on Edwards' front door and snuck in the Taos house. She says the assailant came at her with Edwards' Afghan blanket.
And tried to suffocate me, and then bit me, and then threw me on the ground.
That's right. Police say the attacker took a bite out of the 62-year-old's arm before kicking Benny the dog and running out of the house.
And I was crawling out, and I called 911.
Okay, I just got robbed. I had broken back. They came in the room. I broke my shoulder, I'm sure.
And she had my purse, my phone, my money.
The case surrounds the pills the attacker also took, oxycodone pills. And this wasn't just any attacker. Edwards actually knew this woman. In fact, she had been invited to the house earlier in the day. Police arrested 39-year-old Yvette Jean Tett. She worked for Options Home Care in Taos and was tasked to take care of Edwards as a home health care worker. On her second visit, Edwards says Jean Tett zeroed in on the oxycodone pills.
There was my prescriptions on the table, and she goes, "Can I have one of those?" I said, "No, and I think you better leave now."
It was just a few hours later that Jean Tett returned to attack Edwards and rob her. Police caught her 20 minutes after slipping out of Edwards' house and sneaking in another neighbor's house.
She was locked in our home.
Police say they found Edwards' purse, pills, and phone on Jean Tett. Edwards says she spent months in the hospital recovering physically, learning to walk again. But Jean Tett shouldn't have been allowed to care for Edwards at all. She has a nearly 2-decade-long criminal history, including convictions for aggravated battery, burglary, and drugs, which she told police she's hooked on.
And that she did have a drug problem and she's getting help for it.
A company spokesperson says background checks are done on all employees, but wouldn't explain how Jean Tett got the job. But we do know her aunt Gilda Jean Tett worked for the Taos company and hired her. The company fired both after Edwards' attack. Physically, she still hurts. Emotionally, she still suffers.
I don't trust people. I don't have any friends. I don't go out anywhere.
But she's found a little room in her heart to move on.
I forgive her because she's so sick, but I don't want her to get away with it again.
On special assignment, Kim Holland, KRQE News 13.
Yvette Jean Tett is in jail waiting to be sentenced. We were not able to reach her aunt Gilda for comment. Christine Edwards, meanwhile, has filed a lawsuit against the company. That lawsuit, the police reports, and the law that requires background checks on healthcare workers are all posted at krqe.com.